If their parents are not backing it, if their parents aren't supportive of this marriage, if you're fighting against the odds, bounce. Get out of there. Log out. Sign off. Hasta la vista, baby. Arrivederci. Au revoir. I just wish this light-skinned girl would take me because I'm so dark, and you know, I just really want to be with a Pakistani girl, but they hate African boys. Bro, my man up. Amaya's insisted that she says hello at the start of the video today. She won't let me start without it. Do you want to say salam?
No.
Okay, what do you want to say?
I don't.
Nothing. Not everything. Say nothing.
Nothing.
That's nothing. If you follow all the steps in this video, inshallah, you might end up with one of these beautiful little cherubs. You might end up with one of these little gorgeous girls. Assalamu alaikum, guys. What's going on?
No.
My name is Sufyan.
No.
And welcome.
Actually, guys, I'm welcome back to Maya.
Welcome back to Maya. Okay, go on. Last time, go on. Say it. Go on.
And welcome back to Maya.
Right, get out of here. Go on. Go to mommy now. In this video, we are going to discuss 5 things that you must do if you are planning to marry outside of your culture, ethnicity. Religious group is a bit techie. So if you're about to tie the knot with your significant other or soon to be significant other, and they happen to be from a different cultural or ethnic background, make sure you watch this video and do these 5 things. So before we get going, anyone who's new to the channel, want to take a part of my ethnicity? Everybody knows by now. I think I've rinsed it. Somebody described me the other day as racially ambiguous, and I kind of like that. I'll make that my rapper name. So just to catch everybody up, I am from a Jamaican Pakistani background, and my wife is actually Pakistani. But I guess looking at the picture from the outside in, you might guess that this is like a mixed race guy with a Pakistani girl. You wouldn't always identify that I had Pakistani in me. Some people will, some people won't. Some people just call me black, some people... Anyway, but it's a whole nother story. People get triggered. We can go into it at another point. But that is my background. That is my marriage. This is the inter-ethnic relationship. So even though I'm from a fairly similar background to my wife, these 5 things I'm about to mention are things that I have definitely encountered and things that I did put into practice and have helped me along the way. These are the 5 main things that I think are really important takeaways and really important things you should do before exploring a marriage with somebody from a different culture. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Number 1 is going to be fairly simple, and the next 4 are pretty serious, okay? So stay here. So number 1, take the time to study, explore, research your potential significant other's culture, cultural traits, language. Learn the language if you can. It sounds fairly basic, but it is something that you should definitely do. So a quick question for anybody who's not from a Pakistani type background, okay? When you walk into the house with elders, let's say me visiting Amara's grandmother and stuff like that, how would you greet, as a man, how would you greet your Pakistani grandmother? What would you do? So the answer, strangely enough, is you say Assalamu alaikum and you put your head down, and then she'd get her hand and she'd do this and say, oh, putter, salam, and just give you a little stroke down the back of the head. Now, for instance, if you want to say salam, and I know we don't do that culturally, but we do have reverts, we do have people who have different cultural norms. If you were to hug somebody, if you were to grab somebody's hand and shake them, if you were to kind of invade that personal space, a lot of people would take offense to this. So it is really important. That's just one little example. So it's really important, I think, to learn the little cultural norms. What is the correct etiquette at the dinner table? What is the correct etiquette when I do eventually meet my potential in-laws? Do I sit here? Do I shake your hand? Do I stand up? Do I wait for them to sit? Do I sit down? These things are very good manners, and culture is really, really important to people. So it might seem a bit silly, but when you violate somebody's culture, it might be a bit ignorant of them to assume that you would know their culture, but it's also ignorant of you going into marriage to not take time to explore and study that, ask some questions, do some research, and find out what the cultural norms and cultural traits and etiquettes for the potential family that you will be marrying into. On top of that, learn the language. Okay, now I know it's hard to pick up a language, but there are a lot of things that men will do a lot of things for money. We'll work all day long, all night long, all weekend, all holiday. Women will, I don't know, study all of these personality problems. I'm going to really do this inside work on myself. I'm going to learn how to be more resilient, more emotionally regulated. Guys might put in all of this work in the gym. Take the time to learn the language, okay? Learn the language. Learn a few key phrases, learn a few words. If you can learn the language fully, then learn the language fully. When you go into the house and you are able to speak, it shows that you put in the effort. They might not like you because of whatever, there might be certain barriers up, but having the correct etiquette and being familiar with the language shows that you put in effort. It shows your care for the potential spouse, and it shows your care for the family and your care and consideration as a person in general. It's good manners, and good manners go a long way. Now let's get serious, okay? Okay, now I think I'm coming straight in hard at number 2. I think this is the most important one on the list. Could have put it at the end, but you might as well get straight into it. Take your potential significant other, take your potential around their own people. If you are dating, all the Muslims going to come from me. If you are Muslim dating, if you are courting or getting to know a black guy, take that black brother or sister around black people. Okay, go and socialize or whatever one of your halal dates are, but take him around his own people. Why? Because when you are married into a different culture, and I'm just going to use the black guy as an example for now, yeah, it is easy for him to keep you sweet and be this black guy that you're exploring and getting to know, and you know, he's so well-mannered and he's so cool and he's so whatever you want to say. When he is around his own people, his true self will come out. So I've been out just in general, right? I'm just going to give you a random example. I've seen black men with white women, and you know how men know men and you can read their body language. I've seen this black man when he's with his white woman and I'm walking around, or me and the group of the boys are walking around, head goes down, starts feeling a bit para, like does that yeah, or awkward smile. For whatever reason, yeah, insecure within himself, not confident within his relationship, he gets in his head and he shies away. His hand won't hold as tightly. Maybe he'll let go around then. His voice will change. He'll be a little bit more passive, want to be a little more cool with his cultural group. If he can't stand up for you and be proud of the relationship when he's around random man then when you're not there and he's around the random people, how do you think he's going to be? If they chose to violate you, would he jump to your defense? If they tried to throw a spanner in the works or bring other people into the situation, just something that would mess with your potential dynamic, is he going to be able to back them away confidently and be like, no, that's my woman? If he's acting sheepish and a bit shy and a bit standoffish around his own cultural group, then maybe he's not the man for you. Maybe he's not the man for you. Okay, this is a really big it's a really big piece of advice. Take your person around their own culture. Okay, take them around their own people. If he's Iranian, take him around Iranian people. If she's Pakistani, go and socialize with her around Pakistani people. See how they act. Okay, really, really, really see how they act. And if something is a bit off, bounce. Trust me, bounce. Because that is somebody who cannot take the cultural pressure already, can't stand up for you, can't be secure in that relationship, unless you're going to go and live on a remote island. So always take your potential significant other around their own culture, around their own people, and just pay attention. Sit back and observe and see if he freezes up a bit, or see if she starts shying away a bit, or see if she's like, a bit more passive than usual, or a bit more. And to me, if she was, that ain't it for me. Okay, number 3, I told you they're coming in thick and fast. Before you get in this relationship, thicken up your skin. The haters are going to hate. People are racist. People are colorist. People are not even like nationalists and whatever you want to call it. Yeah, people are weird. People are so weird. I will put a comment on the screen from a video that popped up. Someone commented this last week. Yeah, something about she should get with this about Amara. She should get with a Pakistani guy because, you know, Pakistanis have fairer skin or smoother skin and that, and she just doesn't match him. She should have got with a Pakistani guy. Who is this guy? This random guy. She should have got with Pakistani man. Who's this guy sitting at home, yeah, telling my wife she don't want him, that she should have got with her own kind? We get these I've had so many comments from black women who just instantly triggered by for whatever reason, yeah, telling me that, oh, I've got some self-hatred, another brother who doesn't want to be with his own kind. Bearing in mind, well, not that it matters that my mother is Pakistani, because it doesn't. He doesn't want to be with his own kind. Look at him snaking. Another one. You know he hates black girls. You know he's the first type to start cussing black women. Have I ever said a bad word about black women? Have you ever heard me say a bad word about black women? Never, ever, ever. I don't want to be with you. I want to be with the woman that I chose to be with, okay? You ain't it. Pakistani man or Indian man or Iranian man. You ain't it. You ain't it. Okay, so listen, the haters are going to come. You're going to get a lot of people who are racist. And do you know what it is? When they feel like this, they say it with their chest. They don't feel like they're racist. They feel like, well, what you talking about? That's not racism. This is a sense of pride. It's a sense of honor. Why shouldn't black people get with black people? That's how it should be. Why are you getting with the colonizer? Why shouldn't she stick with her own look? Or someone said, oh, there goes, she just messed up the gene pool. All of those beautiful features, and now you got Mr. Big Lips coming in. It's crazy. I personally think that's wild, yeah. If you do not, and look, I go to the butchers. I can speak Urdu and my wife can't speak Urdu, yeah. I go to the butchers and the people, this is now at my big age, the people in the butchers will be speaking in their own language in Urdu about me walking in with Amara and saying, oh, basically, oh, look, there's one. Look at her. Oh, she had kids with him as well. Blah, 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 blah. Now, obviously, being the kind of man I am, I will stick it on the person. But if you've not got thick skin, don't get into the relationship. Okay, because all you're going to do is feel all of this cultural pressure. Not cultural pressure, you're going to feel the pressure of other people saying, oh, they don't like me, they don't this, they don't that. If you're a hot-headed person, you're going to be fighting all day. Not only that, the family will say things. Stereotypes do exist for a reason, but people who have not explored that culture before, or whatever culture that is, they will have stereotypes and they will be nasty. I told you the first time I went to Amara's family's house, all they did was make me chicken. They tried to play it safe. Is that offensive? I don't know. They watched a program. The first program that they put on was Napoli Ever After. It was a bit weird, but that's them trying to be nice as well. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air went on. My wife and kids went, oh no, you'll love these shows. I bet I will. But before I got married, my wife, some of my wife's family said things like, oh, you know black men cheat, or you know black guys are violent. You know, has he got kids already? You know, black people and their baby mothers. Expect the cultural baggage. Expect the racism. Expect the ignorant people to come out. Yeah? Be tough-skinned. Thicken up. Be proud of your relationship. Be in it. And when the haters come, just gotta smile and wave, boys. Just smile and wave.
Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Okay, this is a hot take now. Number 4, if their parents are not backing it, if their parents aren't supportive of this marriage, if you're fighting against the odds, bounce. Get out of there. Log out. Sign off. Hasta la vista, baby. Arrivederci. Au revoir. Wassalam. Wa rahmatullah. Bounce. Trust me. Now this is a hot take because this is a big question. Can you convince the family, and can she convince the family and make them leave whatever kind of weird cultural nonsense they had attached? And do you know, sometimes there are risks with marrying people from different ethnicities. Of course there are. Some cultures just don't mesh well with each other, but that doesn't mean that two individuals don't mesh well with each other. And at the end of the day, am I marrying you for my family, or am I marrying you for a relationship with you? I understand all of this, yeah. You have to appreciate as well, yeah, that the way things are happening right now, this side of the world, probably everywhere in the world, yeah, is there is the way the road to marriage looks a lot more like dating than it used to be. So people will be talking to whoever they're trying to marry for years. You're talking to this guy for years and he's saying, oh, I don't really know if my mum's, we've never really married someone from like Bangladesh before. We never really married someone from Iran before. And really, you know, we tried to stick to our own caste and our own culture. And I feel like she's going to put up some barriers. If you're hearing that kind of conversation, say to the guy or the girl, well, go and have the conversation now. I'm going to give you a week. Go and speak to her. Find out if it's an appropriate thing. Tell her that you're speaking to this guy and you want to explore blah, 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 blah. Why are you like, oh, I couldn't even bring it up now because such and such has to get married first. I couldn't even bring it up now because, you know, we wouldn't even get married for 2 years anyway. I wouldn't even bring it up now because they're just going to say no, because we've got these other problems going on. If you're hearing all of that, get off. Please, please, please get off. Okay? I understand there are matters of the heart involved. You will fall in love with somebody else. Okay? This girl, this guy, he's not the one for you. Okay? And I'm not saying that it couldn't be, but The way that we do life is we bet on the most likely odds. Why should you have to convince the family that you are good enough for the daughter or the son based on the color of your skin? Like, oh, I'm sorry, I know I'm a bit darker than your usual, but I'm a good man. Yeah. Oh, I know I'm not Pakistani, and you only marry Bangladeshis, but trust me, I'm just as good as the Pakistani. But get out of here, man. What you need to do in these situations, men, women, the men in particular, yeah. Are you trying to take such and such a person, yeah, off their family? And if you are not financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually equipped to be this girl's mum, dad, granddad, grandma, brother, sisters, aunties, if you're not going to be all of those things, because when you convince her to marry you and you take her away from her family and then you put some babies in her, I know I'm saying that in a bit of a graphic way, but have children, and those children can't see their grandparents, and your wife needs some support emotionally, and your wife needs some support with the childcare, and your wife needs some escape, are you going to be her mum and her sister and her dad and her cousins? Is that what you're going to do? Because if not, then get off. Stop thinking that you're special, that you're this big superhero that can fulfill every role, and stop thinking that you're so special that you can convince the family to love you. And get off, okay? Get off and go and find somebody who don't. If she can't marry you, she got problems with that family. That's her problem to deal with, not your problem to deal with. You're like, okay, look, I really, really like you. You seem like the one. Your parents ain't backing me, then I'm not backing it either. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. And then, mate, you do your istikhara, do your things like that. And if it's coming back, then it will come back. Let her do the work. Let him do the work. Don't you be sitting in the background on the back burners, just waiting for someone to say, oh, I tried my hardest, but no. And do you really think she's going to run away with you and leave her family? Yeah? Is that really the smartest thing to do, for her to run away with you and leave her family? And I know it works. I know it happens. Everybody ain't equipped. Not everybody is equipped to be an all-encompassing person that can be every single person in that relationship. And not every woman is equipped to run away with the family and just the only family that she can access now is the in-laws. It hurts. It's a big challenge. Kids come, troubles come, tribulations come. What about if you divorce down the line? Family's going to say, I told you so. Not that you should make decisions based on whether you're going to divorce or not, but I think that's a really, really bad decision. And if somebody started putting in barriers with me, I would just say, see you later, personally. Never happened, but I think that's what I do. And the last one, the most beautiful one of all, okay? The fifth and final thing you need to do, you need to be proud of who you are. You need to be proud of your ethnicity. You don't need to be going into relationships thinking, oh, I'm an African guy, yeah? These Pakistani girls, they'll never accept someone like me. Someone like you, family, akhi, you're a king. Okay? Or, I'm a Bangladeshi girl and, the Pakistani families, they'll never accept somebody like me. Bangladesh, what are you talking about? The first thing to do is be proud of who you are. Be proud of your ethnicity. Don't come in thinking that one ethnicity or one nationality or one culture is way higher than you. It's not true. It's not true. You need to be proud of who you are. Okay? All of your lineage, all of your future generations will come from you. Okay, you'll be a mother, you'll be a father, you'll be the head of the family one day, you'll be the top of the food chain in your family one day. You can't be going in at a deficit thinking, oh, I just wish this light-skinned girl would take me because I'm so dark and, I just really want to be with a Pakistani girl, but they hate African boys. Bro, my man up. Okay? You're a king. I told you you're a king. Women, you are queens. Don't accept this nonsense. On a real level, though, you need to be proud of your ethnicity. You need to be proud of who you are. You need to be proud of the culture or whatever you identify as, yeah? Not in a weird way. You need to be proud of that. And don't go into relationships feeling like, oh, well, we're a bit below them. You're not. You're all on equal footing. If they don't want to respect that, see you later. I'm telling you, see you later. You don't mess up dynamics going into relationships. You never go into a relationship, yeah, feeling like, okay, well, this whole family is way better. I don't care if it's royalty. They're not better than you. They're not better than you. We bleed the same blood. We are the same people. We have different lived experiences, but nobody's better than anybody based on where you were born or the color of your skin or, you know what I mean, where your ancestors booked. No. Okay, so that's a quick video for today. So those are my 5 points. 5 things you must do or take into account or start putting this into practice before you walk further into that multicultural relationship. Okay, before you have a inter-ethnic relationship. What I do, it's not interracial. There is only one race. That's the most cringy sentence in the world. If you like the video, please give it a like. What do you think about those points? Is there anything else that you would add to it? Do you have any contentions? Do you disagree with anything? I'm here for the chat. And as I said at the start of the video, play your cards right. You might get one of those little girls that I had. Alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar. You will see the family coming up in some videos soon. My name is Sufyan. Thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Jump in that there. Hey! Yes. I'll see you later. Woo! Do you want to do forward roll?
Yeah.
Go on. Put him down. Go on, do forward roll. On your head. Woohoo! Alright, get out of there now. Go to mommy. I'll see you in a minute. Let daddy do his video.
I did that.
See you later.